The very pinnacle of car execution and the quickest, most costly and most effective four-wheel accomplishments on the planet are spoken to in our Hypercars Top 10. On the off chance that it has set a creation auto speed record of late or brought us into unfamiliar region on ask and you can't bear the cost of showroom cost or pinnacle control yield, odds are you'll see it here. Some of this current class participants have cutting-edge mixture electric powertrains, others just viciously furious ignition engines prepared to heave them into the center separation. Be that as it may, all are landmarks to both the science and the excite of absolute speed. Top 1 Ferrari Laferrari. Ferrari's most recent best of the tree hypercar is nothing not exactly the best and most shocking pinnacle that the execution auto has ever come to. Fueled by a mind-blowing, spine-shivering, normally suction, 789 bhp 6.3-liter V12 helped by 161 bhp of electric power diverted direct to the back wheels, the LaFerrari's powertrain makes an extraordinary 950 bhp on the whole. In spite of the fact that we never found the opportunity to lash our planning rigging to one, Ferrari claims the auto heaves itself to 62 miles per hour in only 2.4 seconds and to 186 miles per hour in only 15 seconds. But, disregarding its huge execution and psyche-boggling mechanical inconvenience, the LaFerrari has ridiculously considerate and exploitable utmost taking care of behavior that make it a lot more congenial and energizing to drive on a circuit than you'd ever trust it could be. Ferrari charged more than £1 million for every auto. It made 500 taking all things together, delivering the remainder of them in 2015, and has so far succeeded it just with the FXXK track exceptional and the LaFerrari Aperta convertible. The LaFerrari is a landmark to everything Ferrari does independently well and still our ruling hypercar leading figure. Top 2 McLaren P1. McLaren Automotive's first Extreme Series auto needed to follow in the strides of the company's unbelievable and observed F1, which constructed the organization and overall notoriety without anyone else's input. McLaren opposed the compulsion to make the P1 a cutting-edge copy of the F1, be that as it may, rather having a 903 bhp half-breed electric powertrain, a two-situate inside, best-in-class suspension innovation, light-weight development and rivalry-level optimal design to convey the quickest, most engaged and most energizing execution auto it could envision, fit for similarly extraordinary excites on both street and track. The specific excites the P1 invokes make it unfathomably quick and intentional at pace and fit for testing and compensating its driver to a level that lone hustling drivers regularly encounter. Out and about, it's shockingly accommodating and drivable, albeit less personality-bogglingly energizing than McLaren made it out to be. In any case, you won't locate an all the more innovatively progressed, callously successful or impeccably deliberate execution auto anyplace on the planet than this. Top 3 Porsche 918 Spyder. Conveying heavier and all the more intense electric engines and more battery limit than both of its hypercar rivals from Ferrari or McLaren, the Porsche 918 Spyder influenced more noteworthy play of its 21st century to zero discharges innovation than its opponents and had an expansiveness of offer as a driver's auto that neither could very level with. This auto can be driven for around 15 miles on electric power alone and afterward energized at home to do everything once more. In time-respected Porsche supercar type, it's little harder to drive than the 718 Boxster, and it's convertible. In any case, it likewise has a motorsport-determined ordinarily suctioned V8 motor that revs to just about 9,000 revolutions per minute and makes the auto both crude and energizing in pedal-to-the-metal mode. There's four-wheel drive, as well, and more than 900 pounds-foot of torque, making the 918 Spyder quicken from rest with genuine brutality. And keeping in mind that it's substantial, kid is it ever quick around the correct sort of track. It's the previous holder of our dry dealing with track lap record, no less, and wrecker of the P1 status in that capacity. It can't exactly blow your mind like the LaFerrari and it doesn't have the ability to influence you to feel like a Le Mans qualifier like the P1 in any case. In its own specific manner, the 918's accomplishment was similarly as unique. Top 4 Koenigsegg One:1. Numbers speak volumes when it comes to describing the quickest thing yet to come out of Ängelholm, Sweden that doesn't have jet engines and air-to-air missiles. The Koenigsegg One costs £2 million. Its turbocharged, ethanol-fueled V8 develops more than 1300 bhp. In the right conditions, claims its maker, it's capable of cracking 250 miles per hour from rest in less than 20 seconds, and yet it's easier to drive at sane speeds than our tester could believe, making plenty of torque off boost, although the action of the automated twin-clutch gearbox takes some getting used to. The One is a real white-knuckle ride. By contrast, when you squeeze its accelerator pedal forwards and listen as those turbochargers spool up, sending greater and greater force towards a pair of rear wheels that can run short of traction even in the higher gears. But when the One's aerodynamics start to work and it finally hits its stride above 125 miles per hour, it's nothing short of otherworldly. Top 5 Aston Martin Vulcan. At the point when hypercars get exorbitant, they do it with some style, and the Aston Martin Vulcan is positively over the top. This 820 bhp, track-just, carbon-tubbed hypercar, worked from a frame and motor adjusted from that of the Aston Martin 177, produces 118 decibels of fumes clamor, enough, by far, to gain it a prompt dark banner on any track day in the UK. Bewildered, that same fumes quiets down to 103 dB, which would pretty much squeak under some clamor limits, yet just while the auto suppressors will withstand the power of the fumes gases, which they won't for long. While you're stunning local people, in any case, the Vulcan is a completely glorious auto to drive on a circuit. It's startling, striking, testing and physically requesting, and that feels like a dashing auto in every last bit of its dynamic makeup. Immersive and superb like couple of different autos at any point fabricated, the Vulcan's dealing with is startlingly congenial and totally unwavering. Top 6 Bugatti Chiron. The Volkswagen Group's trophy image, Bugatti, left a mark on the world when it gave us the quickest generation auto on the planet in 2005. The W16 engine, 987 bhp, four-wheel drive Veyron got through the 250 miles per hour boundary. However, it couldn't and wouldn't be viewed as a definitive execution auto for eternity. Enter, in 2016, the Chiron. Where the Veyron utilized aluminum space frame development, the Chiron has a lighter carbon fiber monocoque. Where the Veyron held back before 1200 bhp in its last structures, the Chiron ups that to almost 1500. What's more, where the Veyron left Bugatti's best speed measuring stick at 268 miles per hour, the Chiron, which had still to demonstrate how quick it can go as these words were composed, is relied upon to get inside touching separation of 290. What's more, on the off chance that you need a hypercar to make record speed so natural to accomplish, this is the one for you. Bugatti's all the more savagely blown 16-chamber motor absolutely has a touch of turbo slack to pull through and isn't the sweetest sounding of Leviathan protuberances, more leaving air cushion vehicle or express prepare than auto. Be that as it may, when it begins to surge, it knows definitely no balance. The auto's ride is firm and it's taking care of maybe only a little piece disappointing. Be that as it may, making such amazing velocity as feasible as the Chiron makes it remains a transcending accomplishment. It's absolutely wonderful for being so unremarkable. Top 7 Pagani Huayra. Pagani is a producer of autos so uncommon and extraordinary that it once offered cowhide driving extras that had been honored by the Bishop of Rome himself, or so the story goes. The Modenese company's most recent offering is the Huayra, presented in 2012, back when 720 bhp and 738 pounds-foot appeared like a faintly over-the-top measures of energy and torque to endeavor to put through one driven hub in a street auto. Driven by a twin-turbocharged 6.0-liter V12 from Mercedes-AMG, the Huayra did for sure end up being a physically difficult driver's auto from the old school, with taking care of requesting regard in each shred of your focus in the event that you challenge to debilitate the steadiness helps. However, it's flawlessly informative and legitimate, as well, thus rich, immersive and exceptional to drive at any speed as to be absolutely inebriating. Horacio Pagani's late stripped out, lightweight, included Power BC form is one we've yet to test, however, so keep your eyes peeled for a change in the Huayras evaluating here if and when we do. Top 8 Tremont Concept 1. In the age of the all-electric execution publication kid, we could barely have hypercar class without an Evenant. What's more, what an ever the Tremont Concept 1 is. Having just so far ridden in the auto, which makes 1224 bhp and 1180 pounds-foot of torque from its 4 electric drive engines, we're as of now completely mindful that there's validity to its Croatian creators' claim this is one of the speediest generation autos of any sort. Its moment, neck-disturbing push is sufficiently solid to be relatively terrifying. Given a shot for a full street test, this 1,850 kilograms auto could rocket up this diagram nearly as fast as it shreds silently the street. Autonomous torque vectoring engines can possibly make its giving just as mind-bowing as its pace. Watch this space to see whether it truly is. Top 9 Lamborghini Centenario. Take one Aventador supercar. Turn the wick up on its 6.5-liter V12 motor to uncommon statures, give it demonstrate ceasing exposed carbon fiber bodywork useful for more noteworthy streamlined proficiency than any arrangement generation Lamborghini, dedicated out of appreciation for the 100th commemoration of organization originator Ferrari Lamborghini's introduction to the world, and bingo, you have the Centenario. Lamborghini revealed the auto at the 2016 Geneva Engine Appear, reporting that it would make only 40 in all and charge £1.6 million apiece. Up until this point, we've just ridden in it, for a short however savage squirt up the unbelievable Goodwood Festival of Speed Hill Climb. However, what a ride it was! Magnificently boisterous, luxurious and consideration-getting, the Centenario completes a great deal of what Lamborghinis are worked for exceptionally all around without a doubt. While it's shy of the pace and specialized wonder factor of some cutting-edge hypercars, it's pretty obviously a quick and exceptionally unique drive to boot. Hopefully we become more acquainted with it better one day. Top 10 SSC Ultimate Aero TT. In 2007, while the world was still just 2 years out from the effect of the Bugatti Chiron, it took no under 1183 bhp for an obscure new business from Washington, U.S., to stand out as truly newsworthy. Or maybe against the chances. In any case, the SSC Ultimate Aero TT stood out as truly newsworthy by crushing the Chiron's creation auto top speed record, and requesting the consideration of one of our analyzers. We found the auto less like a Bugatti executioner, be that as it may, and more like a cross between a 1980s TVR and some distraught, furious, American unit auto. Controlled by a Chevrolet Little Square V8 augmented by somewhere in the range of 600cc and bolstered by twin turbochargers, it had huge speed available for later yet sometimes roused the certainty important to completely send it. Chivalrously overwhelming controlling, shake hard, incapable brakes, a steady body and an inside worked without much respect for either quality or ease of use made it an tempting auto to drive, yet a gigantically quick and essential one for its most out-of-control minutes.